times that will not be shared. Birthday, school event, and my family understands that. I learned early in my career that half the battle just being there.
Sucker.
The Planet Fitness Black Card is packed with perks, not like other gyms.
Hi, can I bring my friend to work out?
No.
Well, is my membership good at other locations?
No.
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 No?
Yeah, no.
No what?
No.
This is better.
For just $1 down, you can bring a friend for free anytime. Work out at any of our 2,500 plus locations and enjoy access to the Black Card Spa. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Join now for $1 down, $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, March 15th.
At Keller & Keller, we've been representing people who've been seriously injured in Indianapolis for decades. And the one thing we hear over and over again is the insurance company won't pay my claim. Hardworking people who spend their money on auto insurance every month, and the insurance company won't pay their claim. At Keller & Keller, we make sure they pay.
1-800-2-KELLER.
Keller & Keller, the name you know.
Never took us for a canoe family. But when my car insurance rate kept going up, it really was the best option. Sure, we end up being late a little more often. But the kids love it. Now that we found affordable insurance, we're back on solid ground.
Safe Auto is now Direct Auto. Get flexible payments on state minimum coverage and stop compromising.
With FanDuel, every night is a watch party. New customers spend $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Bet all the stars and all the friends. Tell them that they get paid instantly. Only on FanDuel. New customers spend $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Do you think a paternity test can help you collect child support? If you believe your child's owed money, call 1-888-VERDICT or visit us online at www.judgemathistv.com.
Plaintiff Emma Gardner claims she and the defendant dated, but the defendant insists Emma is delusional because they were never romantically involved.
So you say he gave it to you when?
December of 2016.
All right, and how does he owe you for repairs?
Because when he called me December, asked me to come to his house. I told him I did not have a way over there. My neighbor took me to the train station. He picked me up from the train station.
Now, please tell me how he owes you for repairs, not about dating. I don't want to hear any more.
Right, the repairs I put on the car was the catalytic converter because it needed to pass emissions.
So why does he owe you for that? Who has the car?
I do.
So why does he owe you for the repairs to a car that he gave you?
Because he just wanted me to give him the car back.
All right, but you have it. So I'll go back to my question. Why do you want him to pay for a car that he gave you?
Because he wanted it back, and I just wanted the money.
All right, good enough. You didn't give it back.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
This is a sad story. Because I actually...
No, tell me about giving her the car. Did you give her the car or not?
My witness will tell you, she wanted to buy the car from me for 1 year after I
So
said her.
did you give it to her?
No, I did not. How could I give her a car? What's she doing for me to give her a car?
She said what she was doing, would she?
Nothing.
She said what she was doing.
You know, I got evidence here that that car was not a gift because I was asking her for the money and the discussion about her getting financing for the car.
Let's see.
Here you go. This page 7 says, I met you guy yesterday, told me about the financing and the other one. It was my...
Your claim is you all had an agreement for her to buy it and she didn't pay you?
No, she was supposed to get a financing for the car.
And didn't?
And she couldn't. She
But kept your car.
And she kept the car.
All right, and that's why you're countersuing, because you say it wasn't a gift. In fact, you say she was trying to get financing for it, and you provided me with text. I thought we agreed that I will get the car back today. Please tell me where to pick up the car tonight. I'm in dire need of. One of the things you say, ma'am, I met with the guy yesterday, and he told me it's too many miles on the car. Plus, it's a 2009, and it's going to be hard for any finance company to finance. and much easier to pay you $200 a month versus $422. Man, everything you said is untrue. Your claim is dismissed and yours is granted. Have a good day.
Terribly disappointed. Are you really? Because I really felt I was actually helping somebody, and I could only do what I could. But for her to go this route, to mess my image up about sleeping with her, giving her a car, that's really sad. Listen,
Never.
man.
Never. Don't say, man, oh my goodness. Did you please take this off?
Forget
This
her.
is right. Yeah, forget you too.
The judge already found out.
Gary, come home. Gary, come home. And they know it's over. Gary, come home. Gary, come home. Gary, come home. And you know it's over. I told you.
Car wreck? I'm attorney Gary. Don't let a car wreck turn your life upside down. We're here to make things right and fight.
To mess.
Car wreck? I'm attorney Daryl Isaacs. Don't let a car wreck turn your life upside down. We're here to make things right and fight to get you every dollar you deserve. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients. At Isaacs and Isaacs, we fight and we win.
I've been able to help nearly 1,000 Indiana homeowners sell their house on their timeline and their terms. You don't even have to clean it or clear it out if you don't want to. Visit BenBuysIndyHouses.com to learn about Indy's most trusted way to sell your house.
Crime and violence in Indy, chaos at our border. 1,000 miles apart, but the cause is the same. Soft on-crime policies pushed by the far left. I'm Jefferson Freed. I took them on because I couldn't accept it. Now the fight is bleeding into our suburbs and up from our southern border. We need conservative leaders who keep their word for law, order, and a secure border. I'm Jefferson Shreve, and I approve this message.
CBS 4. We know Denver.
Live from CBS 4, this is your news now. The game continues to follow across central Indiana, but it's starting to ease up as we head into the weekend. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bob Donaldson.
And I'm Malia Blackburn. Live going to get radar to showers moving through, and something we'll see through the morning too as well. CBS 4 meteorologist Ethan Rossick is in for Chris tonight with your forecast first at 5.
Bob, Aaliyah, good evening and good evening, everybody. Indeed, today a gray and dreary way to end our work week, and that's going to be the story through tomorrow morning. And I think we're going to see a few more bouts of heavier rain, potentially some embedded thunderstorms as we head into the evening here. Here's our live look over our camera network. Just not the nicest way to end our week. Gray and dreary skies. 56 degrees is where we sit right now. A slight wind out of the south-southeast at 9 miles per hour. And you'll see those thunderstorms that are going on in parts of Illinois right now. And it's because of that I mentioned that we'll get a few more heavier bouts of rain, potentially, as we head into the overnight hours. And we've already seen measurable rainfall today. We're going to add more to that when all is said and done. An additional inch, maybe inch and a half, going to be likely as temperatures do tumble. Look at already overnight, 54 by 2 a.m. and then 50 by 4. Those temperatures are just going to continue tumbling into the weekend here. Temperatures tumble, rain, potentially some snowflakes on tap too, and then sun and warmth. Both are on tap. We'll talk about it in my forecast.
All right, we'll see you soon. A CBS 4 exclusive tonight. After weeks of speculation, CBS 4 has an update on the health of Colts owner Jim Irsay. Irsay has been recovering from a serious respiratory illness, and he just confirmed other medical issues as well.
And Irsay spoke with CBS 4 Colts insider Mike Chappell on the phone earlier today. CBS 4's Chris Whitlick joins us now with more of what was said during that call.
Well, guys, we learned today that Colts owner Jim Irsay is feeling well enough to present Dwight Freeney, the Pro Football Hall of Fame induction ceremonies this summer. He's done this before, and it's something he loves. Irsay making his first public comment since his health scare in December. The 64-year-old told Mike Chappell he's currently in the hospital recovering from surgery on his right leg, but is doing great, saying it's a long road to recovery and you have to be patient, but everything is going well. He's also appreciated all the prayers and the concerns. Ursay's condition has been in question since early December when officers and paramedics responded to a 911 call that was holding normal where the police report mentioned overdose as the issue. But Ursay says there's always speculation and rumors that come out, and he's just thankful and blessed to be where he is today. Ursay adding that the leg surgery was necessary to improve his mobility and was his 26th procedure over the last 7 years, but he's likely getting out of the hospital by Monday. Coming up at 6 o'clock, his thoughts on the Colts and the upcoming owners' meetings. Bob?
All right, Chris, we'll check back. A convicted murderer is being sent back to prison, and that's after being sentenced on a federal weapons charge in Indianapolis.
CBS 4's Jesse Wells spoke with federal prosecutors and has more on the suspect's criminal history.
A judge here in federal court sentenced the suspect to 5 years in prison following a guilty plea. At the same time, the U.S. attorney says his office is dedicated to keeping guns out of the hands of repeat violent offenders.
Way back in October of 1993, newspaper articles in the Indy Star detailed how 25-year-old Ron Watkins was shot 4 times and killed outside his car along Michigan Road. Willie Burroughs, who was 23 at the time, was convicted of that murder and spent nearly 30 years behind bars before finding himself in trouble with the law once again last year.
Not only has this offender previously killed someone, but since getting out, he was engaged in domestic violence.
Specifically, last June, the convicted killer allegedly fired multiple shots at his home on Ralston after getting into a dispute with his ex-girlfriend. Following that shooting, ID's Violence Reduction Team tracked the suspect down to this apartment complex on the west side and arrested Burroughs following a traffic stop. According to court records, he found a handgun hidden under a passenger seat, and the suspect admitted the weapon belonged to him, leading to federal firearm charges.
I think this case is a clear example of one of our priorities in keeping the public safe.
With Burroughs pleading guilty and being sentenced for the crime, District Attorney Zachary Myers insists holding illegally armed criminals accountable is the key to reducing violence.
It is a big deal if you have a firearm and you get caught with a gun again after you commit violence, after you engage in domestic violence. We have to take it.
Finally, following his release from prison, the suspect will be subject to 3 years of supervised probation. Jesse Wells, CBS 4 News.
The Metro Police are investigating a double shooting on the far east side. The investigation centers on Mutz Drive, that's just north of US Highway 40, as you can see on our map. Officers arrived on that scene overnight. One of the victims rushed to the hospital in critical condition, the other in stable condition.
We don't know at this point in time what the involvement of those individuals were, specifically with this neighborhood, if they lived over here, or had some type of connection, or were just stopped here. We're still trying to vet out and determine whether or not we're looking for a potential suspect, or if there was an involvement between these two individuals that led to the gunfight.
If you have any information on this case, call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. You can find this number attached to our story at cbs4indy.com.
Officials are trying to identify human remains found near the Monroe County Airport. A hiker found the remains in a wooded area on March 2nd. An anthropology team from the University of Indianapolis is working with the Sheriff's Office to identify those remains. Officials do not suspect foul play. The 2024 State House session could end tonight. Lawmakers are still hammering out some last-minute details for dozens of bills. That includes bills covering topics like payments to state retirees and school absenteeism. CBS 4 State House reporter Hannah Adamson is tracking developments downtown for us. She'll join us live later on in this newscast. But one bill headed to the governor's desk, though, would legalize happy hour across the state. CBS 4's Claire Curry has a look at what could change come July 1st.
Beer, wine, and cocktails could be served at lower rates during set hours, what most call happy hour, something that hasn't happened in Indiana for more than 14 years.
Indiana's always had some antiquated alcohol laws, so it's nice to see in the last several years they've changed a lot of those, kind of get back to what the rest of the country is doing.
The Slippery Noodle is just one local business excited to start happy hour deals during the 4 allotted hours of the day.
We're not a high margin industry, so anything that draws extra revenue is great.
And their regular customers are ecstatic too.
I'm looking for those half price drafts. Big Bud Light guy, so anything draft, beer, half price, we'll definitely be involved with that and check it out.
House Bill 1086 would allow bars and restaurants to not only implement happy hours, but also carry out drinks. An amendment the Senate attempted to remove from the bill.
If I get soda in the drive-thru or a coffee, I'm drinking it in my car. I'm not saving it till later. So that is a concern that these cocktails to go will lead to more consumption while people are driving.
Mental Health America of Indiana has concerns as to how this could impact binge drinking and drunk driving across the state.
Alcohol is a drug. I think we forget that. It is the most widely used drug by teens and adults in our state. We know that the #1 drug that people seek treatment for in our state is alcohol.
The organization is glad bottomless drink specials and 2-for-1s aren't included, and they're still concerned. Businesses, on the other hand, are gearing up for what's to come now that it's passed in both the House and Senate.
We'll have a new website up here in about a week that'll highlight some of the new specials that we're going to do when this law goes into effect.
Now the bill is on the way to Governor Holcomb's desk. If signed, happy hour could be legal in July of this year. Reporting downtown, Claire Curry, CBS 4 News.
3 months, 1 month until the total solar eclipse. Much of the Hoosier State will fall in the path of totality. Law enforcement planning for possibly thousands of visitors to flock to central Indiana for that eclipse.
When we have to prepare for the worst, and what we know to be the worst are huge traffic jams, long delays, congestion where there are crashes involved, and delays on first responders getting there.
Anyone heading to rural parts of the state will also need to account for farm machinery out on the roads.
Rural communities and people, that's planting season. This is a season where we see a lot of large farm equipment moving about in farms, and fields, and things like that. They don't have good line of sight, so just know that when there's a large tractor or large semi on the road, be careful when passing those, especially when there's an influx of vehicles.
Johnson County has put out warnings about the traffic after talking to officials in the last eclipse in 2017. Crowds then were stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic for hours. Eclipse events are planned all over the state tonight.
And CBS 4's Hannah Fulman shows us what's on tap at Butler University.
Welcome to the Holcomb Observatory and Planetarium at Butler University, where we're getting prepared for the most spectacular event the observatory has seen in years.
Well, this is an event I've been planning since day one at Butler here 31 years ago.
Brian Murphy is getting the final touches ready for the eclipse viewing experience at Butler.
There's nothing that beats seeing that few minutes of totality. It is the most amazing sight I've seen in my life. It's literally as if a black hole is opened up in the sky. That's what it looks like. It looks like something out of science fiction.
This will be his 4th total solar eclipse, and he's traveled to as far as Vietnam to experience this event, which a majority of people only get one chance to see in their lives.
Even though a total solar eclipse occurs somewhere in the Earth every 2 years, your chance of seeing one in your lifetime is once every 375 years. So this is literally a once-in-a-lifetime event.
On the big day, Butler University plans to host thousands of people for a free event open to the public. This includes planetarium showings, learning from world-renowned scientists, and checking out dozens of new telescopes during the main event.
Well, it's just really nice that we have somewhere that's so close to us to come to have people to explain what's going on rather than just watching it like in our backyard. We're going to get the opportunity to talk to people who know a lot more about what's going on and explain it to kids in a lot better way than I'd be able to.
And if you've seen a partial solar eclipse, Murphy says that does not compare to what you will see here on April 8th, even if it happens to be a gloomy day like today.
Even if it's a cloudy day, there will be dramatic happenings. In the minutes up to totality, it will be like you're on a path forward to sunset. It will get much darker than even on a clear day for totality.
Eclipse glasses can be purchased here for $2 a pair on weekends. For now, on Butler's campus, Hannah Fulman, CBS 4 News.
Next at 5, running out of time, the last-minute deal-making on Capitol Hill to avoid a government shutdown at midnight.
And also ahead, Turtle Power, the museum that brings some nostalgia and new audiences.
That looks really cool. And another thing that's cool are the Grief Cool Down that we're going to have this weekend, and then the big time warm up again for next week once the rain moves out. Your forecast coming shortly.
New CBS Wednesday.
Is everybody ready to race? We're gonna come out winners here if we don't come out with the other track.
Case here.
Life's all about adventures and people you meet.
I'm not quitting either, is he?
The Amazing Race season premiere Wednesday, 9:30 to 8:30 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Jorge has always put the ones he loves first. But when it comes to caring for his teeth, he's let his own maintenance take a back seat. Well, maybe it's time to shift gears on that. Because Aspen Dental has the latest technology and equipment with a staff that goes out of their way to provide exceptional care. Plus free exams and x-rays for new patients without insurance and 20% off treatment plans. Making it easier to get started with quality care. It's one more way Aspen Dental is in your corner.
When the phone rings at our office, people are often calling us on the worst day of their lives.
Pinnow really did help take care of everything for me. It was fast, it was easy, and I got a great result.
All you have to do is call us. It's just that easy.
Still joking?
1-800-CALL-KEN.
I did know that back pain, foot pain, come along with the data, the waiting tables.
This is Tony.
Things that I've tried have failed.
And this is Tony's Good Feet story.
Before my arch supports, I felt defeated, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I've had no pain, which still is kind of crazy to me. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming up. I would recommend it to anyone. You tried everything, it's not working, give it a try.
You know we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
2 pints of pepperoni and one great deal. It's Donato's Pep Duo Pizza, loaded with that famous Donato's pepperoni plus crispy diced pepperoni. Get a large thin crust for just $14.99 and order with the app or at Donatos.com.
This spring is the perfect time to get away with a great deal on your favorite Hyundai model. All backed by America's best warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get in and get away now before these deals are gone. Lease the Tucson for $259 a month, or get 0% APR, or up to $1,500 bonus cash. Hurry, offers end soon.
Headquarters, CBS Sports new reaction to our new poll conducted with Emerson College and The Hill. That poll shows a large group of voters still undecided in the race for governor. The front runner, Senator Mike Braun, told us today he's not concerned.
There's a certain percentage that will remain uncommitted, and they just don't want to say who they're going to vote for into the primary. So we feel real good about where we are.
Our poll shows 43% undecided. In the crowded field, candidates need to get above the 5% threshold to qualify for our debate later this month. CBS 4 will host that Republican debate on Tuesday, March 26th at 7 p.m. 2 candidates did not qualify for that debate.
Senators are rushing to avoid a partial government shutdown at midnight. CBS 4 Washington correspondent Raquel Martin is live tracking this story for us tonight. And Raquel, how close are lawmakers to passing a deal? Well, things are moving slowly in the Senate, and right now it remains unclear if Senate Republicans will ultimately rally behind this multi-billion-dollar package before a deadline. It's a race against the clock in Washington yet again. Why in the world would we want to shut down? Senators spent Friday scrambling to pass a bundle of bills to avoid a partial government shutdown at midnight.
I hope my Republican colleagues will work with us.
Democrats are calling on Republicans to stop delaying the vote. The $460 billion package would keep agencies like the Department of Agriculture, Commerce, and Transportation funded through September. It will also boost funding for WIC. The moms and babies will not be denied nutrition assistance. But conservatives like Florida Republican Senator Rick Scott and Kentucky Senator Rand Paul are protesting the price tag.
This bill is an insult to the American people.
And are demanding drastic spending cuts down to the wire.
We should be wasting money.
The bill faced similar pushback in the House,
The names are 85.
but ultimately passed with bipartisan support earlier this week. Speaker Mike Johnson pointed to spending cuts at the EPA and FBI as Republican wins.
Cuts to some of the agencies that we believe are really overreaching.
This is the package I would have written on my own. Washington Democratic Senator Patty Murray says the package represents a compromise.
These are strong bills.
But patience appears to be waning on both sides of the aisle.
Stop playing with fire.
When and if senators manage to pass this package, Congress must pass another spending package to avoid a government shutdown on March 22nd. Now that plan includes defense spending and is expected not to face as much pushback. We're down in Washington, Raquel Martin, back to you guys. And Raquel, what is the White House saying about these negotiations in Congress?
Well, the White House weighed in earlier this morning, and they say simply that Congress needs to get this done, and it should have been taken care of a long time ago.
All right, CBS 4 Washington correspondent Raquel Martin, thank you so much for that live report.
Time to talk about a weather rainy day in central Indiana. That rain is eventually going to move out, but boy, with those temperatures coming in behind the rain,
Yes, it is. It's going to be a wake-up call because we've been blessed with really how warm we've been here. It's going to be a wake-up call, at least briefly, for the weekend. But once again, in typical Midwest fashion, we're going to be talking about temperatures going up sooner rather than later, and the sunshine returning. So this is what it looks like, and really what it's looked like over the past 2 days. Here's what it looks like over in Lawrence at Fort Harrison State Park. Abundant cloud cover. Not as wet there, but we do have scattered activity around here. Few of us are seeing that break right now, but I'm looking at what's going on out to the west. It's been a periodic rainfall kind of day with very little break. There's a more organized line of showers and a few isolated thunderstorms. They're beginning to break up in Illinois. This line is continuing to move eastward, and I think a few embedded thunderstorms are possible later tonight and into tomorrow, because we had a rough front north first here. That's why we're actually somewhat mild for today. Area of low pressure sitting out in Illinois with an associated cold front, and that's going to move through here tomorrow. That's also going to give us a chance we can see, yes, a few snowflakes possibly. Rain will gradually get on out of here and turn more scattered overnight and into tomorrow. Here's 4 o'clock tomorrow. This is our high resolution forecast model for tomorrow afternoon. Few lingering rain showers as that cold air quickly rushes in. Northwest flow returns. Could linger with a few showers rather. No prediction of any sort will come from this, but don't be surprised if you do see a few snowflakes fly late tomorrow and into very early Sunday. When all is said and done, a few of our hometowns, especially east of Indianapolis, could approach an 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches of rainfall when all is said and done here. This is already continuing to be what they started as a wet year. The sunshine, it is coming back. Look at Sunday and Monday. This automatically bumps down to completely clear skies for Monday. It's exactly what we want to see before clouds build up again slightly next week. But we'll get some well-deserved vitamin D for the latter half of the weekend and to start our next work week. It is going to be chilly. 45 for a high tomorrow, then 46 on Sunday. Not to mention it is going to be a little on the windy side. And overnight lows are going to be below freezing. I anticipate frost development. And if you do have any plants that are outside susceptible to frost, protect them or bring them inside. And I know many things are budding very early for this time of the year. We also spring forward on Sunday, 2 o'clock in the morning. Good time to change batteries in smoke detectors. This is what I love about daylight saving time. Look at the sunset starting on Sunday, 7:47 p.m. And it gets later and later as we head into the summer. While it is going to be cooler this weekend, we're going to have an upper level ridge build, and that's going to allow even warmer temperatures back in here. The darker colors here represent the bigger departure from normal. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, into Thursday next week, the temperature is 15, borderline 20 or 10 to 15 degrees above normal, excuse me. That means we're going to be talking about well into the 60s, potentially even 70 again. But longer range, we're looking at below normal temperatures potentially being favored. This is Patrick's Day, March 16th. through the 22nd. Tonight, 45 degrees, scattered showers with a shifting wind. Once the cold front passes through, it'll be coming out of the west-northwest. 45 tomorrow, 46 Sunday. As we do spring forward, could see a mix to a few snowflakes into early Sunday. Warming up quite nicely with more rain chances late Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 70 degrees for a high by this point next week. So another topsy-turvy forecast, guys.
Oh, this is my brother's stuff growing up. He loves it. Yes, Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, they are all taking over the Children's Museum. The exhibit, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secrets of the Sewer, debuts tomorrow.
You could visit Donatello's workshop, visit the streets of New York City, challenge yourself on the back alley rope maze.
It really focuses on teamwork and working together. So the games and the interactions in this exhibit are going to show our visitors how working as a team can unlock your strengths. And it lets you achieve more together than you could on your own.
How cool is the Children's Museum, right? The exhibit also features stories from the franchise from over the years, including some full-size versions.
I really do love the pizza story. So it's a recreation of the popular toy from the 80s and 90s, where you and your family will work together to load and aim that pizza thrower to sling hot cheese at the villains of New York City.
So much fun.
I know.
This exhibit will stay at the Children's Museum until September for adults who want to go without the kids. There's a 21 and up only event next Saturday night, starting at 7 p.m. That's
I love that.
You relive your childhood.
And I love this so much for families because it's all the nostalgia for the adults, but you can pass it on to your little too. It's so fun. Yes, next at 5, a new ball game. The event hoping to spark love for the sport of lacrosse in Ranger State.
The job market may be moderating, and some companies are letting workers go. I'm Bradley Blackburn with how the results of the new report may impact inflation.
When I hit 80, I need help around the house.
Get out of there!
I'm told me to call city and they'll pay my granddaughter to take care of me.
Funded by Medicaid. If you live with your caregiver, they can get paid to take care of you weekly.
Life is sweeter without around.
Nana gave me so much joy as a child. Now it's my turn to return the love.
Call now to find out benefits and how fast you can get started.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers different drive modes. What about weekend warrior mode? Or you don't see that every day mode? How about out of the office mode? Or even
Are you out of your mind?
mode? Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain.
Current eligible GMC lessees can get this low mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Terrain SLE for around $259 per month.
This was it? We shouldn't have ignored that musty smell and been breathing this for so long.
I understand. Lots of people don't realize that mold feeds off moisture in their crawl space.
Moisture did all this. Well, let's cut off the cause of this mold.
The effects of water can be surprising, but at Indiana Foundation Service, we'll do a complete home inspection for free, so you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
To know the power of freedom, just look at America, the land of opportunity, and at its crossroads, the Hoosier State, a home for heroes, people like Jim Banks. Banks is a conservative, someone who understands the power of freedom and the responsibility to protect it. Jim Banks, exactly who we need in the U.S. Senate. Defend American Jobs is responsible for the content of this message.
Every day, it happens. I sprained my right ankle and broke my left ankle in 3 places.
I remember that I stopped breathing.
It was such a blur how quickly everything happened.
You just never think it's gonna happen to you. Don't try to navigate it yourself. Hensley made me feel like my concerns were heard and that I mattered.
You're not just working for you, we're working with you. And it's really special to have people don't really know me care about me. Hi, Hensley.
Speaking now. Oh.
The world's greatest lacrosse players are headed to the Circle City this fall.
The USA Lacrosse Experience will feature international competition at Carroll Stadium downtown this October. Now, members of USA Lacrosse actually announced the event at IMS yesterday. The president of the organization says the sport is kind of similar to basketball.
You watch the game, it's like basketball. Two-man game, pick and roll, fast break, team defense. All of the elements of great basketball are in the game of lacrosse.
You can learn more about ticket schedules and volunteer opportunities online. Just head to cbs4indy.com/links.
Next at 5, Loving Tribute, how a Indiana high school is honoring the legacy of its beloved athletic director.
And down to the wire, the last-minute maneuvering at the Indiana State House to end this year's session by tonight.
And a soggy end to the work week, and same story to start our weekend. It's also going to be a little chilly, but that's going to be brief. We'll break down when the warm returns, coming up at 5:30.
But wait, there's more. More, and more. There's always more at Speedway.
Stay ahead of your moderate to severe eczema. Show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur and can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah. Anna. Anna, where are you? Hey, you want to go for a ride?
Yes.
Oh, where's your pants? Are these your pants? Are these yours or Aaron's?
Ready, set, go to Toyota today.
Let's go places. Refresh your space with the big sale and big savings. Don't miss out 20% off store
Here, put these on.
The big refresh sale at Value City Furniture. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save, with up to 20% off living room, dining room, bedroom, and more. Or enjoy 50 months no interest financing with no minimum and no down payment. The best time to refresh your space is now. It's our big refresh sale going on now, only at Value City Furniture.
Is your home cold and drafty? There's a much better solution. Because heating your home is the most expensive part of your energy bills by far. At USA Installation, we fix old homes. Many homes are built with builder-grade insulation. So when we clean your wall cavity with our high-efficiency foam, your house stays warm without turning up the heat, which saves you a lot of money. Right now, we'll insulate your entire home for $99 a month.
Okay.
Crime and violence in Indy.
Where are your shoes at, Adam?
1,000 miles apart, but the cause is the same. Soft on-crime policies pushed by the far left. I'm Jefferson Shreve. I took them on because I couldn't accept it. Now the fight is in the suburbs and up from our southern border. We need conservative leaders who keep their word for law, order, and a secure border. I'm Jefferson Shreve, and I approve this message.
Live from CBS 4, this is your news now.
We talked about the rainy day top story at 8 today, but not so much the rain we need to worry about, but those cooler temperatures coming up this weekend.
Yeah, luckily, Bob and Aaliyah, it's going to be a brief drop, because once again, we'll get fake spring in here again, sooner rather than later. And, you know, that's always been the story.
Pretty soon it's just going to be spring.
Yeah, exactly. You know, later on this month, it will actually be spring out there. Indeed. Lots of cloud cover, lots of rain today. Not the nicest way to end our work week. No matter where you live across central Indiana, you've seen.
At least I'm not yelling.
For the most part, it has been measurable rain. We have more on the way tonight, and I do think a few embedded thunderstorms are going to be possible, but those are going to be on a scattered basis. Thanks to a warm front that lifted northward today, temperatures were able to get well into the 50s above normal for this time of the year. A few heavier bouts of rain down near Columbus and Bloomington, over near Richmond as well. Seeing a little bit of a lull or break here in Indianapolis right now. Temperatures all across the board in the mid to upper 50s. And because of that warm front, these are a good 5 to 10 degrees above where we sat yesterday at this time. A little more organized line out in Illinois here. It's starting to break apart, but we're going to keep an eye on it to see what happens with further development to our west and our south. And then know your eyes do not deceive you in parts of Iowa and Nebraska on the back end of this area of low pressure. A few snowflakes are appearing, and that is on tap potentially for us here after we've seen a good amount of measurable rain today. More on tap tonight, but notice temperatures are going to be dropping 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning overnight once the frontal boundary comes through. That is what'll start that trend. Temperatures will tumble, rain, and a few snowflakes also going to be possible here, and then sun and warmth return. Question is, though, how long will that last? Well, the details in my forecast. Bob.
All right, Ethan, thank you. Top stories at 5:30. CBS 4 has gotten an exclusive update on the health of Colts owner Jim Irsay. Irsay has been recovering from a serious respiratory illness. Today, Colts insider Mike Chappell spoke with Irsay. We learned that Irsay is recovering from leg surgery. He sought out to improve his mobility.
A convicted murderer is being sent back to prison. That's after being sentenced on a federal weapons charge in Indianapolis. Willie Burroughs was convicted of murdering a man on Michigan Road back in 1993. He spent 30 years behind bars before finding himself in trouble with the law once again last year. He fired multiple shots into a home after a dispute with his ex-girlfriend.
We're exactly 1 month away from the total solar eclipse. Butler says it will hold a free event that's open to the public. It will include planetarium showings, views from dozens of new telescopes there. Butler expecting 10,000 people. You can buy eclipse glasses at the observatory on weekends for $2 a pair.
One bill headed to the governor's desk would legalize happy hour across the state. House Bill 1086 would allow bars and restaurants to not only implement happy hours, but also allow carry-out alcoholic drinks. It's an amendment the Senate tried to remove from the bill. If signed into law by Governor Eric Holcomb, happy hour could be legal in July of this year.
And in just the last hour, lawmakers sent an anti-Semitism bill to the governor's desk. It comes as the 2024 State House session could be over by the end of tonight.
CBS 4 State House reporter Hannah Adamson is live at the State House for us. And Hannah, that's just one of the many major bills being addressed right now.
Yes, absolutely right. We've learned in the last hour both the Indiana House and Senate have approved the conference committee reports for House Bill 1002. That bill effectively bans anti-Semitism on Indiana college campuses and public schools. We will hear reaction later tonight from the Indy JCRC. But in the meantime, as you mentioned, you're absolutely right. So many bills on the docket, so let's get to them. In the House, thunderous applause after a provision that was originally removed from House Bill 1004 by the Senate was reinstated by the House. That provision ensures state retirees will receive a 13th check this year. The House also passed a student absenteeism bill that would require schools to report to a prosecutor if a K-6 student is chronically absent. While House Republicans said the bill put safeguards in place to address attendance concerns long before a prosecutor becomes involved, some House Democrats argued the bill puts a Band-Aid on a much larger issue.
Sometimes that could overlook the kind of socioeconomic impacts that are causing this to happen. Like a lot of things, they're underlying causes, and we're kind of treating the symptom.
We create this absent student definition and bring the parents in after 5 unexcused absences to have a meeting to talk about what are the issues that you're facing getting your child to school. How can we work together?
The bill passed 92-6. We are being told that the session will wrap up anytime between 6 p.m. until 1 a.m. Obviously, lawmakers are hoping it doesn't go on that long, but we will be here all evening to give you the latest updates. We also anticipate the respective caucuses will hold press briefings once the session comes to an end, so stick around. Reporting from the State House, Hannah Adamson, CBS 4 News.
Hannah, thank you. North Central High School is unveiling a new addition to its field house. It's named after beloved athletic director Paul Logan. He died from COVID complications in 2020. His students have pushed for this addition for years. His family members say it's everything he could have imagined for his students, athletes, and staff.
Walking around and got one of the top-notch facilities downstate, because that was his dream. And
Now it's here. He would think this facility is unreal, but the recognition he getting, he wouldn't want at all. It's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about North Central, all about his student athletes.
The new addition features 4 basketball courts, a 6-lane track, a wrestling room, and multi-purpose community rooms.
For your money tonight, a new report shows the job market remains strong, unexpectedly strong.
Bradley Blackburn has a look at who's hiring and who's letting workers go.
Restaurants continued to bring on thousands of workers in February. So did the healthcare industry, and construction companies were hiring too. Overall, the economy added a better than expected 275,000 jobs, a strong number. But the big gains seen in December and January were revised down significantly. And the unemployment rate ticked up from 3.7 to 3.9%.
With the revisions lower, we're still in a solid job market, but we could see the beginning this year of a more pronounced slowdown. Nothing drastic, but more pronounced.
Cutbacks could weigh on that slowdown. Last month, a number of high-profile corporations announced layoffs, and a report shows overall there were more than 84,000 planned job cuts, the highest February total since 2009. Economists believe the job market is now moderating, and that is welcome news for the Federal Reserve. Fewer jobs often create a slower economy and lower prices. The Fed has been trying to bring down inflation with higher interest rates. The board meets later this month and is expected to lead rates at current 20-year highs. But on Wednesday, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell signaled cuts could eventually be coming.
If the economy evolves broadly as expected, it will likely be appropriate to begin dialing back policy restraint at some point this year.
Many analysts think that rate drop could happen in June if inflation keeps moving lower. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Spring break travel is starting to pick up across the country. The TSA expecting more passengers throughout the year. The administration getting ready for the peak of spring break, which lasts through March 25th. TSA officials say it's important to plan ahead to make sure your trip goes smoothly.
We want them to ensure that first off, they pack, empty everything out of your bags, make sure that there's no hidden lotion or things to that effect that might be in the bottom of their bags. That's going to hold them up and it's going to make the process moving through security quite a bit longer.
The TSA says you should arrive at the airport at least 2 hours early. It's also a good idea to download your airline's app to stay up to date on any adjustments made to your flight schedule. I can handle that one. For 2 hours.
2 hours early.
2 hours, I don't know if I can.
Well, a drive-in movie theater in northern Indiana is reopening. It comes nearly 2 years after it was damaged by severe weather. The Auburn Garrett Drive-In saw heavy damage in the storm in August of 2022. Since then, the owner raised money for reconstruction, but she says she's still short after raising thousands online and in the community.
If you want this drive-in to stay and be here for years to come, just help. We need it. I'm not asking this for my benefit. I'm asking it to help keep this historic landmark here in the community.
The theater is scheduled to reopen over Memorial Day weekend. A piece of Hoosier television history is up for grabs once again. The Roseanne House in Evansville is now listed for sale. Shots of the home served as the exterior of the Connors home in the sitcom and its revival series. According to realtors, the 2,300 square foot home is listed at $225,000.
Next at 5, early arrival, the factors that could lead to a very strong year ahead for those who suffer from allergies.
Daylight saving time can take a toll on your health. I'm Michael George with why some sleep doctors say it's time to end daylight saving.
And we're going to be replacing the warm, moist atmosphere that we have right now with a cooler northwest swell for the weekend that could spawn off a few flurries into Sunday morning. Then we warm up. Your forecast straight ahead.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Tom Wood Toyota in Whitestown.
After 45 years together, there are some things we have to agree to disagree on.
Supper's ready.
Dinner's ready.
I use on.
No. Pause maker.
But if there's
one thing we both agree on, it's
The Weather Authority.
They're weather rate certified.
Which means Fox 59 and CBS 4 are Indy's most accurate weather team.
I was seriously injured. It was definitely somebody's fault, and I didn't actually know who, so I needed to call someone. I was really happy to have a law firm like Hensley that had ethics. I made the best call. It happens. Hire Hensley.
Get an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards. Window Images faux wood room darkening blinds have a classic design and privacy. Plus, they can be trimmed to width for free. A 24 by 48 oak, gray or mahogany blind is only $24.89. After rebate, Quaker State full synthetic motor oil is engineered to give more power, more wear protection, and longer engine life. Get a pot quart jug for $17.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers different drive modes. What about Weekend Warrior mode? Or you don't see that every day mode? How about out of the office mode? Or even, are you out of your mind? Mode. Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain. Current eligible GMC lessees can get this low mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Terrain SLE for around $259 per month.
Unsure what to do with that ugly slab of concrete, unused deck, or area on the back of your home? Transform it into a beautiful Champion all-season sunroom, screen room, or add a patio cover. Right now, get 30% off a brand new sunroom. Elevate your space. With Champion, adding your favorite room in the house is easier than you think.
Save 30% on a custom-built sunroom your family can enjoy all year long. Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Now at Johnny Carino's, enjoy our 4 for $15.99 ribeye steak and lasagna meal deal. Juicy ribeye steak, fresh baked lasagna, choice of sauce, bottomless salad, or our Italian nachos and bread for only $15.99.
When the phone rings at our office, people are often calling us on the worst day of their lives. Our job is to make sure that all the problems and stress is taken off of your shoulders.
After I called, it was so easy. They helped take care of all my worries, so all I had to do was focus on getting better.
Great service, great results. It really was
Just They helped take care of everything for me. It was fast, it was easy, and I got a great result.
All you have to do is call us. It's just that easy.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN.
Poor health tonight, the warm winter could lead to a very long allergy season. Patients are already starting to ask for allergy shots and treatment for seasonal allergies, especially grass allergies. It's not unusual for tree pollen to rise this early in the year.
The over-the-counter antihistamines are quite effective for people with allergies, and they just need to think about starting it earlier this year than is typical, or when they start to feel it, to get right on it and recognize that their allergies and not necessarily a viral infection.
Saltwater rinses and nasal sprays are helpful for chronic sinus problems. Rain can also help by washing away that pollen. Okay, we're springing forward this Sunday with the start of daylight saving time. We've talked about it. We don't really like it.
Right.
Sleep experts are again calling for an end to seasonal time changes.
Michael George explains why ditching daylight saving time could be better for your health and safety.
Isabel Datus isn't thrilled about turning the clocks forward and losing an hour. Does it mess with your sleep schedule?
It does mess up my sleep. Like, I go to sleep later and I wake up later, so I'm usually late.
With more and more research suggesting daylight saving time can have dangerous and serious effects on health and safety, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine is advocating for year-round standard time.
One, it removes the switching of our circadian rhythms twice a year, which is very difficult for our bodies to adjust to. And number two, standard time is aligned with our biological clock. There's bright light in the morning and less light in the evening.
Dr. Jocelyn Chang says when we're exposed to less light in the morning, it makes it more difficult for us to wake up. And more light in the evening makes it more difficult to fall asleep. The AASM cites research showing the springtime change can lead to increased risk of motor vehicle accidents, medical errors, heart attacks, and strokes and mood disturbances. But some lawmakers want to instead make daylight saving time permanent. The Sunshine Protection Act would mean longer dark mornings.
I love it being brighter when I wake up, because I'm a school teacher, so when I wake up, I don't like it being dark because I have to get my kids to school and I'm dropping them off and it's dark.
As we adjust to daylight saving time, experts advise
when you wake up in the morning, make sure that you're exposed to bright light. Sunlight's ideal, but any bright light at all is better than none.
that bright light will help set your internal clock to the new time and help manage your sleep and alertness. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
So what do you think?
I mean, there are benefits.
I think it's gonna go away eventually.
I hope so.
I think so. We'll see. But I mean, the one thing about it though, Ethan, is that daylight saving time does get you out into the sun more often if the sun ever comes out, right?
Indeed, especially for those of us who work the night shift, it gives us a little bit more opportunity to see some sunshine, especially on our breaks. You know, we're going to see a very later sunset already starting on Sunday. I'll show you just that in a second here, and you might be asking, where on earth is the sun? It's there. We just haven't seen it. We've been stuck in a rut. These pesky clouds, these low-level clouds, haven't moved much. It made for a gray and dreary end to our work week. A little windy too. Look at the mural there moving over with the wind over in Lawrence Civic Plaza. Gray skies continuing. A lot of us seeing a break from the rain at this hour. More widespread light.
Katie! Shut up! Shut up! Katie! doing?
Getting some Cheetos.
Dad's about to get home with dinner. You got some
Allie. Boots here. Oh, we gotta find
Is that what you fixed those
Hey, Willie Witches.
the what?
When you cook those steaks and then that kind of Greek stuff, is that what that was?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, and I tried to turn a movie on from there, but the internet was out.
Hey, y'all.
And then, so I went on ESPN to see what my game was coming on, and it said you had to sign up for ESPN Plus. So I don't know if it's, because I know for a fact you've already paid that one.
Yes.
Stop. Stop. Now go. Stop.
Observatory has seen in you.
Cynthia.
Whoa.
Well, this is an event I've been planning since day one at Butler here 31 years ago.
Brian Murphy is getting the final touches ready for the Eclipse viewing experience at Butler. On the big day, Butler University plans to host thousands of people for a free event open to the public. This includes planetarium showings, learning from world-renowned scientists, and checking out dozens of and if you've seen a person Murphy